All right. Another rumor of Snyder Cut going to HBO Max. This time from Bounding into Comics. The last one was Cosmic Book News. Well, actually, they're reporting from Mikey Sutton in his Geekosity Facebook group. All right, so the quotes are, despite continuous denials from Warner Brothers, there are plans to release the Snyder Cut of Justice League on HBO Max. However, there are issues preventing them from announcing when to expect it. Mainly, the Snyder Cut is unfinished. And we've heard this for quite a bit, and it stands to reason since, Zach had to leave the project. So, there is incomplete FX work, for one thing. Now, I think that's the main thing. Keep in mind, this is a rumor that they're hearing, so it doesn't mean everything is accurate, but it stands to reason for a lot of the reasons as to why it hasn't been released by now. Snyder was gone from Justice League before specific scenes could be, and now never will be shot. That I don't really believe at all. I think it's been long since confirmed that he shot all the scenes that he storyboarded. That's the principal photography. But as far as special effects and music and all that stuff, that was not done. So that, and that's very costly to do. So if you have a cut where it's just, green screen and whatnot, then, it's incomplete. But the footage and the dialogue and the scenes that the actors were to perform are all there. So what's left needs to work to be presented to the general public. Okay. So then they point to, this is similar to what Kevin Smith said some time back, and he said now he confirmed, there was a cut, but it's not a finished movie by any stretch of the imagination. There were things that went away from the story that they shot that didn't wind up going into visual effects or anything like that. So that's what he's talking about, is that, the effects work hadn't been done on some of the scenes. So he says, so I'd assume based on what I've been told. Now, granted, he didn't see anything as far as I know. He talked to people who did or worked on it. I believe this is when he went and visited one of the Star Wars movie sets, and some of those guys had worked on Justice League, and they said, oh yeah, here's the deal, and blah, blah, blah. The large sections of this that Snyder Cut are, pre-viz with a lot of green screen. We're not talking a finished movie. It was a movie that people in production could watch and fill in the blanks. It was certainly not meant for mass consumption. WB will not confirm anything prematurely when it's ready. So will be all the, I don't know, that's a weird, I don't know, some kind of mistake here. The marketing as this will help push HBO Max to potential subscribers in terms of social media buzz. As Greg Berlanti's Green Lantern TV series won't reach the launch day of HBO Max, although it will eventually be exclusive to the streaming service, WB is hoping that this will be their buzzworthy Mandalorian calling card. Yeah. Well, yeah, okay. Oh, well, yeah, because of D+. Yeah, okay, I get you. Finishing what there is of the Snyder Cut won't be cheap, and I'm told it's in the range of $10 million or more. So, it goes on about Gal Gadot, Ben Affleck, Ray Fisher, and Joe Manganiello. And Zack Snyder weighing in on the Snyder Cut push during the 2-year anniversary of the release of the theatrical version of not Snyder Cut, Justice League. And so they all chimed in, and it got a lot of interest and excitement, and the movement for release of Snyder Cut has certainly grown beyond its original, outcries. And this creates interest and buzz for it, so it's a no-brainer. This is a little thing that boosts the release of HBO Max, but can they have it ready by the time that it premieres? Well, we just don't know. Jason Momoa releases this shot, and I was like, holy crap. Why wasn't that in the movie? Yeah, well, it needed to be silly and fun. That didn't work out so well. The release of the Snyder Cut movie, he's saying what I just said. All right, do you want to see it on HBO Max? Well, I'd rather see it in theaters, but and even better, or maybe on Blu-ray. But if it's going to be on HBO Max, then yes. To answer this question, I would subscribe. So That's the deal. That's what it does. It brings in people who might have thought, I don't know. I mean, it's $15 a month, you know. But then, oh, Snyder Cut. Oh, and then the hope is you'll see other things and stuff in the show, in the Green Lantern show, stuff like that, and you'll stay. That's the idea for Warner Brothers to do this, you know. As for what implications it would have, because this is like part one of another, well, I guess part 3 no, of the overall story that Zack Snyder was developing for this. So would there be a demand for further Zack Snyder DC movies and the follow-up to Justice League and all that? Well, probably not. I don't know if Warner Brothers would want to do that or not. But then again, I mean, if it's a blowout, then, oh yeah, they're going to do that. So there you go for Justice League. Zack Snyder's Justice League coming to HBO Max. It's looking more and more likely, and as I'm saying, I don't think there's any footage that needs to be shot. I think it's the special effects that needs to be completed, and possibly has already been done. A lot of this stuff goes on before any kind of announcements comes, so the final push there is probably more about the interest in it and showing that there is interest, and all this sort of justifying anything else if there was anything left to do. Because there was recently an interview with Jason Momoa, and the guy brought up Snyder Cut and all that, and he revealed that he had seen it. And then the guy says, yeah, well, it's not really a finished cut, is it? And then he says, you don't think Zack Snyder couldn't finish his movie? And then the guy is like, oh, wait, what is it? And he's, I can't tell you, because he's not supposed to talk about things like that. But he's a big star now, Aquaman, $1 billion movie, so, you know, you gotta cut him some slack. So there may be something to that Zack Snyder was quietly working on finishing up the visual effects for the movie. So there you go. Possibly looking more and more likely. And I'm biased. I really want this thing released. So maybe this is all BS, but I think it's looking more likely that, yes, it will be on HBO Max. Maybe not in May, but pretty damn soon. And even if it's not available when they premiere the streaming service, it would still, they would announce that, you know, there'd be promos, it's coming, you know, something like that to get the interest in the streaming service. So, all right, release the Snyder Cut. Release the Snyder Cut, indeed. Thank you for watching and listening. Say, why not like and subscribe, and check out that link description below. That'll take you to my mini stores that have plenty of goodies for you. Also, check me out on BitChute, because there are some dark clouds once again swirling around YouTube, and little channels like mine probably won't survive it. So all my videos end up on BitChute, and that might be the permanent home for all things video related for Mr. Nailsin. All right, again, thank you for watching and listening. Bye-bye.